I was very blessed to grow up with Christian parents who loved the Lord and who taught us the stories of Scripture. From a very young age, I knew that Jesus loved me and that He died for sinners. But it was really in my 20s when I started to comprehend that I was a sinner, that I personally needed His mercy and forgiveness, and that the good news of the gospel isn't about what I can do for God, but about what He has already done to save me. My wife Michelle and I were at Westside Church downtown, where I was on staff for about 10 years. And when Westside first started talking about planting a church here in the Tri-Cities, we were reluctant to the idea, but we entered into a time of prayer, and by the end of that we felt convicted that we were to move back here to the Tri-Cities and to be part of this ministry. Well, from my youth, I've always had a deep love and care for the church, but it was really through a Bible study about 5 years ago on 1 Timothy where the role of eldership was clarified to me. And from that time, I've had just a desire in my heart that I should be striving to fulfill the qualifications of an elder, and that I should be ready if God would at some point open the door for me to serve the church in that way. I'm excited to see the people of Tri-City Church continue to grow in their faith and their love for Jesus. And I long to see more unchurched people hear and receive the good news that Jesus came to save sinners.
I came to faith when I was 4 years old, and I said the prayer, and I started to understand more so what a Christian actually meant in grade 12 when I went on a mission trip to Haiti. And then in 2010, I started getting convicted and started understanding what God did for me and having mercy on me and dying for my sins. Jen and I started attending Tri-City Church in the pre-launch meetings in January 2017. At the time, we were at Northview, and we were praying for a church locally in the Port Moody area where we live to get more involved in, and God led us to Tri-City Church at that time. When it comes to eldership, it wasn't on my mind when I first started attending. I was really excited to lead a community group, and then when I was approached to become an elder at Tri-City Church, I prayed and I felt convicted to pursue a role of eldership. So what excites me about being involved at Tri-City Church is the surrounding community. So many people from different cultures and backgrounds are moving around here that we get to be involved in their lives in community and get to preach and share the word with them.
I came to faith around the age of 14, and God had mercy on me as a sinner and called me out, and I'm really grateful for it because it happened at camp, and from there on I started being a person who was vocal about my faith in Jesus. When Jan and I heard that there was going to be a church started here, and we had also heard Matt preach at one time, we were excited about being part of Tri-City Church, and so right from the beginning, we became a part of it soon as it started. I had been an elder in the previous church, but when I came to this church, I wasn't sure that I would do this again. But the longer that I stayed here, the more interested I became in it, and I believe that I am called to be in that position and would be happy and cheerful to do this again. Jan and I really enjoy being a part of this Tri-City Church, and one of the reasons is because of the cross-section of people that are here, all ages, and the young families that we enjoy seeing, all the children and the babies that are born here, it seems like every week. We enjoy being here because of this kind of outreach that we can have with people in Tri-City Church.
I came to faith at a young age. I was 5 years old when I accepted Christ into my heart. My faith has really grown and been challenged over the years, particularly into adulthood and marriage, where I've really sensed my own sin and the depth of that, and the depth of Christ's love for me and His grace. And I continue to remain a work in progress by His grace. My wife Sarah and I and our kids have been a part of Tri-City Church since the very beginning and have really enjoyed getting to know everyone here and becoming more and more part of this community. When it comes to the call to eldership, it's not something that I have thought was on my near-term horizon. When I was approached though and asked whether I would consider it, it's definitely been a challenging and a humbling journey. I have felt the Lord's conviction and encouragement that despite my brokenness and weakness, He's behind this and He's calling my family and I into this. And I'm excited about next steps and just serving Him. I'm excited about TriCity Church because its mission is to make Jesus known, and I'm excited to see more and more people to come to Christ, to be discipled here, to mature in their faith, and I'm excited to see TriCity potentially plant churches and gospel-centered churches in other communities.